Okay. Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Board of Health special meeting uh, regarding reopening of Town of Dayton and state of Massachusetts. I would expect this meeting is being remotely recorded and live for live uh, showing on YouTube. According to the governor's recommendation or guidelines regarding remote participation in meetings due to the COVID-19 virus. So that being said, we'll start with the review, discuss and act of COVID-19 update. And there's really, at this point, I don't know, I'm not sure where we're at with testing and so forth, but we'll talk about the reopening procedures and policies. First being town hall, which is considered offices. From what I gathered yesterday, and I could be wrong, was that the 25% of occupancy is by office and not by building. So if anybody wants to weigh in on that, and
No,
so
that's
meaning
correct.
if you have 4 in an office, that only 1 could report. But now I question that because we're going to have partitions up between some of the offices. So technically, they all are different offices. So I don't know how you. I see Matt. Go ahead.
I think it's per open space because the state didn't really clarify on it, but they said yesterday that they went by office because you're in the same space, you're breathing the same air. So unless it was each, like the open room here, unless you completely sealed off each side, it's at 25%. The exemption for it is any office that's essential to COVID-19 function. So the Board of Health would be exempt from that.
Right. So unless you have 4 walls, it's not an office. So a shared office with 3 or 4 people in it with open walls, only 1 could occupy that office, correct?
Correct. It's
Okay.
25% of, Jim, I don't know if there's an occupancy limit downstairs here, but it would be 25% of that. So
the theory is right now is there's an occupancy for this building and there's 1 for town hall. There was not 1 done for individual rooms. So in theory, if Jim was to go around and do a maximum occupancy level and a certificate of occupancy for each room, we could then potentially do 25% of that.
Correct.
But Jim would have to go around and do that to every room.
Okay, I get that.
So
Depending on square footage.
And here, the veterans agent has his own office. He can close off his office, so he's fine by himself in there. Then, you kind of go from there. But yeah, my suggestion, if it's an issue, that Jim go around and figure out the maximum occupancy for each office.
Square footage, right?
Could you use upstairs as a temporary office?
Yeah, we could.
You can do that too, yeah.
Just temporary, and then you guys alternate?
Well, one of the things where the reopening committee is kicking around for town hall is that we use the selectmen's meeting room as an office to separate some of the people that are in town hall now. But there's no phone data ports in there, so we've got asking the electrician for a price to see about getting that in there. They're also doing split shifts. Like the library, for example, we're only going to allow 1 person in there at a time, but they're only open for curbside service. Prime time is closed indefinitely at this point in time. So we're trying, we're getting partitions put up so if the public does come in, there's a plexiglass partition between the public and the employee.
Yeah, it would be ideal for the building department to be upstairs temporarily because they still have access to go back and forth to their files, and you guys could stay put. That's just an idea.
Yeah. So that's what we're kicking around now, and that is another way to expand. But obviously, somebody from town hall couldn't necessarily come over here, but
The good part is you have almost 6 weeks to figure it out because you have till July 1st. So there's plenty of time to move things around. And
or
there's,
or
you know,
build walls if you have to.
yeah, I mean, this could all change too between now and then as well. So
Okay. Is Jim on here tonight?
no,
No? Okay. Well, restaurants, nothing's changed much. Still just take out. No. Phase 2 will be coming up, I think, when they can partial dine in. If anybody else has something else that, at this point, looks like still out. Oh, over. 10-4.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything to
No.
add.
No.
No, okay. Now, Parks and Recreation.
So,
Not really came about unless that I heard, but I could have missed it.
no, it sounds like it's gonna be phase 2 or 3. But the problem we had, like, say, yesterday, there were like 15 kids playing basketball on one of the basketball courts. So the thinking is that we might take the rims right off the backboard, and that would prevent people from playing. For now, DPW put some more chains up to block the gate, so that way if somebody's in there, they're doing it at their own risk. But we may end up taking the rims down.
Is there signs
I
posted?
had thought that the X was,
You would have thought the what? What'd you say, Tom?
no, I thought that the access gates were locked, shuttered,
This is the
so
one up
nobody
on
could get in anyway.
School Street by Chase. There's no gate there, like it's behind the baseball field.
Oh, School Street Playground? Okay, yep,
The other discussion that came
Okay.
up about Park and Rec is we've got porta potties and how often do they need to be cleaned? Not finding it specifically in the regs, but this is one of the things they're talking about will come out with Park and Rec, like at state parks and stuff, how often they need to be cleaned. But for now, we're taking out the porta potty at the tennis courts on Somerset Ave. We're just removing it from the site. Since the tennis court's closed, there's no reason why anybody would be using the porta potty.
okay. You were kind of breaking up there, I saw a lot of that. Any questions from anyone regarding what transpired? I actually had one that I want to ask somebody if he has the answer. And it's regarding existing essential businesses. Was there any increase in the 40% of vouchers? Is all the same?
no, not at this time.
Okay, still the same?
Yep, still the same, no change.
Okay. All right, that was the only thing I didn't think that changed it. How am I going to go across there? Am I breaking up?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else has got anything to add or a question to ask? Go ahead.
I apologize.
I think we
did
covered
not
pretty
get
much
the minutes.
everything.
Say that again, Tom?
I didn't catch it.
No, Ross started talking at the same time you did, so we didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, I
think-
had asked if you were,
Yeah.
am I picking up? Yeah, no, what I asked was if anyone had any questions.
Does anybody have any questions? Got it. None here.
No.
No.
I don't.
I think it's time to quit.
Yeah, I think so.
So public input, anybody? Inspectors reports, I don't have any. Obviously, we just talked about stuff. Correspondence? No correspondence. Approval of minutes. Roz and I haven't had time to finish them off from May 13th, so we gotta table that. And that's all I got.
Yeah.
Okay,
Motion to
and
adjourn?
let's adjourn.
Second,
All, good, say it.
motion on the floor, Tom. All those in favor?
Aye,
Raise your hand.
Aye.
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 Yeah,
Sure.
we just got a connection issue. Thank you, guys.